Do not show your socks, honey, because they'll get you. Okay, so who is hugging on my head? Oh, I love him. Thank you, love. That was so cute. Okay, so what I went ahead and did, what I did was, before we finish, I'm going to recap the first part of the 55 pages we read, right? We still got 40 to go. But I want us to focus. Oh, sing it, Russ. Hey. Focus. Okay. What I want to do is I want to go through and share some videos, some past videos, right? For some of us who may not have been here in the beginning with the whole breathing. My heart hurts. After that, I worked in emergency shelter. Chris, I'm with you. I am really trying to keep it together because my heart does hurt. And again, Chiquita's been around for a very long time. I absolutely love and adore her. She's always so supportive of everybody else, and she doesn't often, well, she never comes in and asks for help. She's just always here to cheer everybody else on. Yeah. So thank you, love. I did need a hug, and I definitely loved that hug. That was a good hug. Trying to keep them tears in. All right, so yeah, it definitely. Okay, perfect. I got it, love. Okay, so we're gonna go through and look at some of these older videos, because people ask me, why is it my business? Why am I reading the transcript? Why do I have it out for free? Why do I, all of this stuff. First of all, I don't have it out for free. I'm here just, love you guys more. I'm just here going over information that is public because she made it public. Well, Teresa, welcome to the fam. You are now a member of the Salt Gang. I'm glad that you're here, love. Glad that you're here. Bree runs her mouth about 2K all day, every day. We are here for Baby W. Exactly. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to show some videos from back literally weeks ago, or weeks after baby boy is born. Now, this video was 1 month and a couple days after baby W was born. Okay? And well, we'll just let it play first of all. So because we just I paused it. Got home and my nanny left and I'm tired. First of all, that's not slowed down. Okay, so do you guys hear this speech? She says, I'm just coming home. It's 5 a.m. by the way. My nanny, what did she say? Hold on. Because we just got home. Oh, we just got home and my nanny left. And my nanny left and I'm tired. I'm just sleeping. What? Girl, I'm hungry as fuck. Girl. God damn. I'm so drunk. I'm tired. Bless you, baby. Perfect. Oh, bless you, my love. I know this. Bless you. You live? Yeah. Bye. Because we just got... The baby was 4 weeks old. The nanny left at this point, meaning in this condition, she is there. Respectfully, your stock member is having a crisis. Yes. Yes, baby cat, because I'm handling that. There's nothing that on a Sunday in a different state that I can do. Over here, we talked about it, and I'm gonna call her after. If she needed me to get offline and do something right this very second, I would do it respectfully, and she knows that. Respectfully, I'm in a totally different state on a Sunday. respectfully. What would I be able to do today, right now, in the evening time? Respectfully. Because if I was able to do something, catch a flight, write up a letter, contact the courts, anything right now to make a difference, I would respectfully end my life and go and do that right now. I don't have jurisdiction in New Mexico. All I can do is give her advice at this time, which I did respectfully. And she knows, we're close enough to where she knows that if she needed me right now, I would end right now and I would be there right now. Okay. What is a stock member? I keep getting that. So a stock member is just a funny name that we have of my little group over here. No big deal. No big deal. I just want you guys to know that respectfully, if my people need me, I'm there. But I'm also one person, right? And on a Sunday evening, there's not a lot I can do. But I also spent 40 minutes talking with her and making sure that we're okay. And I don't want nothing else put on social media. Okay? But as stock members, we just call ourselves the Sock Gang over here because we got that name because I got bananaed for showing my socks for being sexually explicit on TikTok. So anyways, that name just stuck, and so here we are. So just my group, my little followers, we call ourselves the Stock Member. Anyways, so when people wonder why we're so concerned about Bree with Winter, this is just Exhibit A. The baby was just a little over 4 weeks old. At this point, it's 5 a.m. and she is so inebriated she can't even speak. And the nanny left. That's the important thing. Now, I probably wouldn't even brought this up had the nanny not left. But as she said, the nanny left. Okay. Ooh, this is one of my favies. Hold on. With me. This was just a little bit before the baby turned 4 weeks old. So we do what every new mom does with a brand new baby at 4 weeks old. We take him to the state fair around every germ possible. So that's what we did here.
Winter to the LA County Fair. So I'm going to do a fit check. We are matching. There is what he is wearing. Cute little Nike jumpsuit. And then let me show you guys my outfit. Okay. I'm just doing a plain white crop with shorts and these like custom football pants. I don't know. Pictures. Who knows? Super cute.
Hi, baby.
Yes. Okay, so we got to the fair. It was so gorgeous out.
Stop it. So now that wouldn't be bad, right? They got cute little matching outfits. They're going to the fair. I mean, would I do it? No, but whatever. Because it's just a fair. Besides the fact that it is filled with every single germ imaginable. But I'm sure she's just going to be cool and just push the baby around and do a couple of cute pictures, right? Wrong.
Okay, so we got to the fair. It was so gorgeous outside. And I got a fucking margarita, obviously. Made Austin get a turkey leg. It was so good.
Obviously we got a margarita. Obviously.
Good. And then I had to feed Winter.
Ooh. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on.
So cute.
What is that, guys? A bottle of formula. How do I know it's formula? Because she was just shaking it up, mixed it up. A bottle of formula. Didn't she say that she was breastfeeding and that's why the baby couldn't go with 2K in the beginning? I could be wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure that's what came out. But hold on, it gets better.
And then we kind of just all tag teamed on taking care of him while I went on the rides and drank. Then we got food again, and I got another drink.
Of course.
These margaritas are strong as fuck. Me and Lena were wasted by this time, and Austin was really just taking.
So the baby's 4 weeks old, just under. And you're wasted at this time. Your words, not mine. And you have this guy, Austin, right? Oh, was that 2K's best friend? I was wondering where he came from. Who's just taking care of the baby, right? Because she's had a number of men around the baby. So he's taking care of the baby while they are just toe up from the flow up. We'll continue.
Care of us and taking care of Winter, and then he bought us food, and then Lena dropped her chicken nugget. Jesus Christ. He was over it by now, probably.
Probably.
But yeah, I didn't vlog the rest because I got really drunk and then I went home. So yeah, but it was so fun.
So she couldn't vlog the rest because, yes, the full 8 ounces at 2 weeks old, or 4 weeks old. She couldn't vlog the rest because she was too drunk. And then she went home. Who took care of the baby then? When she got home, who took care of the baby then? Right? Now this is the last one. This is it was Lena and that. Yeah, but Lena was tore up too, remember? Oh, burping? Oh, absolutely not. There was no burping. No burping to be had. The baby just sat in the stroller and they just shoved a bottle in the mouth whenever the baby cried. Oh, my baby. So this is a more recent one, where she's allegedly playing in the snow.
Tuck it so it's not long.
Do that. Then she goes on to talk about how nauseous she is, etc. From playing in the snow. It blows my mind. Legitimately blows my mind. So I say all that. Let me find my. That was yesterday. Hold on, I gotta find the papers. Can you show which wait, move it down. Which one, love? Is it Alika 386 Alexandria? Which one do you want me to show again? I'd be happy to. Honey, that can never be me either. But it blows my mind that all of this is out there. All of this exists on the internet and people still support her. I don't get the nose one. Yeah. Actually, let me just go ahead and play that full video because I'd cut it off.
Tuck it so it's not long. Throw up. Should I peek and rally? Just tuck it anywhere. Or tie it or whatever. Okay, should I peek and rally?
Yes, this was on the party bus.
What? It's cold as fuck here.
It's just this.
I know, we're good.
I don't put in areas, but
No, you're good.
So you guys hurry up so we can leave.
Alright, we're going.
$2. Pre-wipe your nose.
Huh? Bro, should I peek and rally in the back of the bus? Fuck, dude, I'm so like, where the fuck? Dude, I'm whacked out of my mind right now, chat. What the fuck? Sansa's Bush, Travis? Milf House? Jack Doherty?
She's whacked out of her mind. Was the any with her? Wait, what, Angie? Was the any with her? What do you mean? She is so out of it. That is also the day that she allegedly said that she put stuff in Josh's drink, well, everyone's drink. There's also evidence there's also video proof that somebody else, I don't know who it was, handed a bag of snow to somebody else, right? So, no, No, that doesn't have anything to do with the baby. She was not with the baby, none of that stuff. But it goes to show, no, the baby was not with her. But it goes to show that she does do that. Now, she's not supposed to be doing any substances, right? And not drinking for 12 hours prior to having him. But I wanted to show those because I think we're getting into the part of the, I haven't read them yet, but I think we're getting into the part of the transcript where it's going to kind of be more, going out the character, right? Okay, so let's move on. We're going to, see, Jay, that's why I wanted to show these. Yeah, exactly. It shows a pattern of behavior. That's why I wanted to show some of these older videos because a lot of people have never seen them. People think that I just hear something or I'm just a hater and I just go based off of, what I'm hearing from 2K or whatever, when that's not it at all. I've seen all of these videos. There's another one, I couldn't find it though. If I find it, I'll put it up later, where she is screaming because she admits that she was playing in the snow, but only at nighttime, and that's fine because the baby is asleep. What baby sleeps through the night at a couple of weeks old? No, ma'am. It just blows my mind. And so people are coming at 2K for filing for custody so early on. Well, let's not forget, and this is just what is video evidence. This doesn't go and show what it was that, exactly, like every 2 hours, right? They wake up all the time. This doesn't go to show what she was doing at home. This is just the few times that it was caught on tape. Exactly. She has deleted a lot of her videos. But that one of the two main ones, right? The one at 5 a.m. when she came home and she was so inebriated she couldn't even speak straight, and she admitted the nanny is gone. And then Lena came out later and said she was so inebriated she couldn't even she couldn't get up to take care of the baby, and she slept till like 1 or something after. I can't remember the exact time. And then the state fair, you just have some random man taking care of your baby. Well, you can go on rides and you're just toe up from the flow up. I just don't get it. Yeah, Mimi, I agree with that. She wanted a girl so bad and it was a boy, so she's like, F it. Okay, so that this is not, this isn't so long. Let's recap a little bit of yesterday's. Even though we did 55 pages, a lot of that 55 pages was court mumbo jumbo. We didn't start getting into the good stuff till the end, so hopefully the rest will be good. But do you guys remember how Bree said that when 2K did not allow her to go to the doctor's appointment, remember how mad the judge was? The judge was so mad, she turned red and she just chewed him out. That didn't happen absolutely at all. Matter of fact, Bree's the one that got a little bit of a chewing, if you would. Multiple times. She said she wants her to start thinking about Winter and his future, and when he grows up, the things that he's going to see on the internet. And she said she's never had to do this before, but neither parent is to film any type of any medical, dental, etc. procedures. Also, the court docs we're reading from, we're reading the actual transcript. So we're hearing from the judge and both attorneys and periodically Joe and Bree, right? Or John and Bree, sorry. The court docs are a hard read because we're hearing directly from what the court reporter types. The court reporter types every single word and sound that is made. So there's a lot of like mix up words, spaces, thes, what, okay? So while they're waiting, this is the time, mind you, this is the time where, no, coffee, I didn't, but I will look when I get off today. I was beat last night. Okay, I want to stay focused so I can get through this, okay? So this was the time when they were getting ready to go, her and Santos were getting ready to go to Hawaii. They were at the In-N-Out Burger. Remember, Travis was live streaming. They were at the In-N-Out Burger, okay? And how does this go past spreading awareness? I was wondering if someone paid her to do this. Paid me to do this? No, I don't get paid to do this. I don't get paid to read this. I read this because I want to. And I read it because other people need to know it's happening. And that's how we learn. Anyways, so remember, they were outside of the In-N-Out burger, right? So the judge says multiple times, Miss Olson, are you even paying attention? Miss Olson, Miss Olson, Miss Olson, are you paying attention? She's like, oh, sorry, I'm in public and there's people walking around, and so, but I'm paying attention now. Then there's another time where she says, Miss Olson, Miss Olson, Miss Olson, someone just got in your car. Who get in your car? She says, oh, sorry, my sister, we're about to go somewhere. Now, some people are trying to say that she said my assistant instead of my sister. She didn't. She said my sister. Court reporters don't mess up words, right? If they were unsure as to what they said, they would ask for clarity or for clarification. But a court reporter messing up a word could make a huge difference in that court. Oh yeah, the my bad. I forgot she said that. She was like, oh, my bad. I'm paying attention now. My bad. It blows my mind. So she did not say assistant. She said my sister. And even if she did, whether it's my assistant or my sister, you're not supposed to have anybody in the vicinity with you when you're doing virtual court. You were supposed to be by yourself, and you're supposed to be fully focused, but she wasn't. She was focused on what was happening all around her. Regardless if she has ADHD, then she needs to attend court in a place to where she can fully focus, because that makes a big difference on what's popping off, you know. Wait, how did this happen? Oh my god, how do I do this? Why is my screen in two things? Oh my god. Wait, make this go away. Hold on. Sorry, technical difficulties. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so not tech savvy, guys. I'm sorry. Do I have it up on here? No. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, shoot. Got it. Man. Scary. Okay. Here we go. Let me go here to Gmail. And now let me pull it up. And we were on page 55. Here it is. Boop, boop. Okay, here we go. All right, let me go to, so there's 81 pages. We are on page. Okay. Did anybody have any, there's a video showing Santos with her. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's tons of videos of, they live streamed the whole thing. That's why I don't grasp the whole concept of lying. Why would you lie? You Yahoo. You live streamed the whole thing. Anyways, let me, before I start, because I can already tell, let me go grab a charger, a longer charger. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he can bring it up. Hold on, give me 1 second. Noah, we don't need your entertainment, my love. All right. Tell you, my battery be dying quick doing this. And I think my charger got messed up yesterday. Remember, I was trying to fit it in. Okay, so do we have any questions before we get started? My phone used to be so quick. I don't know, or last so long. Or should we just go ahead and get started? Did you see the video, Kaylee? Wait, did you see the video, Kaylee, of the snow? It has the sounds playing. Oh, I did not. I was so tired. I think yesterday is when I started not feeling real good. Christina, thank you for subscribing. Jay, what you got? You got a question? Hello, my creations for you, love. How are you? I hope she has to pay child support. She should absolutely have to pay child support. No, I have not been able to get a hold of her. Yes, and they will. Oh, speaking. Oh, I can't. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me do this. Let me start to download it right now because it takes forever. Go here, here. Thank you for reminding me because, yes, this will be up. We go live. Recordings. This is yesterday. Okay. Oh, wait, tips. No permission. Please go settings on. Well, I don't want to do that. What? I'll figure it out later. Okay, here we go. We got all of this will be up on the YT later. Why has she gone so long without paying child support? Because it's not yet ordered. Once they go through the whole process, then it'll all be ordered. And I've tried sending you stuff on here, but it won't let me send anything else. Can you please, what? Won't me follow you back? Boom, just follows you back, girl. Okay, here we go. We're ready? Because I'm gonna be head down. So again, I never ask for gifts, but if you guys can please keep tapping, send your daily heart me's if you have not already, or keep commenting if you like to send gifts, or you can send small gifts, whatever, just so they don't come in and report, so we can keep this going. That would be great. Okay, here we go. Page 55. Wait. What's happening here? 49. No, what's happening? Why are all these blank? Hold on, technical difficulties. Look, as soon as I get to 52, now they're blank. I don't know why. Because yesterday they were not. Let me go to, hold on. Let me just double check and make sure. Hold on, guys, sorry. Oh, we were actually on page 59. No, they were fully loaded yesterday. I mean, maybe still loading again today. I don't know. Let me go out and try to come back in. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. What did you miss, Lacey? Oh, restart it? Okay, hold on. Thinking this I'm on my iPad. Let me see if I can go down and see if I can. What the heck is that? Thank you! It stops at page 60. Oh my gosh. I thought it was at 81. We made it to 59. We could have just kept it going last night. That's okay. Let me see if I can. 41. 45. 51, 52, 3. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, we got it. We're in action, Jackson. I am going to go up just a little bit so we're not starting in the middle. So I'm going to go up. Okay, we're going to start here. This is the judge. Okay, go ahead. Oh, can I just recap that so far, just for the clerk's benefit and the court's benefit? Okay, so all between now and the August 22nd evidentiary hearing date, all visits will continue to be, thank you, love, professionally supervised by keeping the peace. There's no requirement, however, that those visits occur at a monitoring center. They can occur anywhere in Dallas County, and as long as the parties communicate and decide 24 hours in advance. Well, is mom going to get the location and dad is going to bring? Dad or his family member are going to bring Winter to them. Ms. Budnick, which is 2K's attorney, yes. Ms. F, Bree's attorney, yes, because they don't do transportation, mainly is why the monitors. The judge. So mother, through Talking Parents, which is their app they use to communicate, Ms. Olson will notify John of where the visitation will occur. She'll give him at least 24 hours notice through our family wizard, and then either John or a member of his family will bring Winter to Ms. Olson's location. And the days will be, I don't release the dates of their visitation. I like to keep that private. And okay, for as many hours of a day short of overnight visits. And the visits, the parties will work to coordinate those around Winter's nap and sleep schedule. Okay? Did I get everything as it relates so far? So I want to go back up because we didn't discuss this, right? Remember in the past, Bree said that she or that John picked the times, the times, dates, places, etc., and he always schedules them around his nap time. Remember, she picks the place, she picks the day, she picks the time, she books it out all on the app, right? She chose 4 hours. The last visit, this is June. In May, she chose 4 hours a day. In June, she only did 5 of the 7 days, and she chose 2 hours a day, okay? Now, we know this was May 2nd, this date. Hi, guys. This was May 2nd, the date that this court order came out. The judge, the judge specifically said she wants Bree to have more time with Winter to start to build that relation and connection to get to overnights. You guys actually know we are just starting. We're really just recapping. I haven't even started reading the new stuff. All of this is from yesterday. So you guys are good. So the judge says we want to work to overnights come August, but it's up to you to show that you can handle that. 4 hours is not enough. I want you to do a minimum of 6. Up to sleeping time. They then referred back to keeping the pieces schedule, which means their hours are 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. So she could have him every day, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m., but because I think they said Winter usually wakes up at like 9 o'clock, right? So they said that she could technically have him like 9, 10 o'clock till 9 p.m. every day, those 7 days of the week. So we'll just say 10 to 9 p.m., 10 a.m. till 9 p.m., 11 hours. She dropped from 4 hours a day, which the judge wasn't happy about, to 2 hours a day, 5 days instead of the 7 days. How much an hour for keeping the peace? She said it was like $120 when Bree had mentioned it. She was like, it's like $120 an hour for 4 hours. So that's like $6,000. It was only $3,000. But thank you, baby blue. But nonetheless, right? I grasp it's expensive. But one, she put herself into this situation. Okay. And two, she's the one that talks about how much money she has and calls all of us brokies. You're a brokey. Thank you, baby blue. So she really put herself in this situation. And again, there should be nothing that she would want to spend her money on more than her child. But she goes right from that to vacation, shopping, out drinking, all these fancy restaurants, because Lord knows, she's not eating at Applebee's or Outback Steakhouse. Fuck that. I'll eat at McDonald's. I'll eat at Taco Bell if I have to. Shit, I'll buy groceries and then cook if I can see my child. That's where my money's going, to seeing my child. But again, we're very different. Yeah, all the fancy vacations, everything. Okay. So, Miss Budnick, again. John's attorney says yes. Bree's attorney says not necessarily nap and sleep, just that we're not doing visits until 9 p.m. because we went on the website when we were on break, and they offer 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. So counsel suggested we agreed that we don't go until 9 p.m. because that's too late for a 1-year-old child. Just true. John's attorney. And the 7 p.m. start is he's not awake. Bree's attorney, yes. John's attorney. So I guess waking hours would be the best way to phrase it. We expect he'll nap during the visits, and that's part of the reason for the extended time period. The judge, okay, during Winter's waking hours. Okay, what else do I need to add? John's attorney, nothing. I was just going to say, I don't know if, just so the court is aware, one of the issues that was brought up was the fact that respondents' counsel has been contacted by people on social media. My client did apologize to her when we were off record, and I kind of cut him off because we were getting started, and I just wanted to make that known. And I have also been contacted. So I think to extend, both parties can, do what they can to try to minimize the third parties being contacted on their case. That would be helpful for everyone moving forward. Court. And I appreciate that. Look, this is a different world we're in. You both have a lot of influence, and that's good. And hopefully it can be used in a positive way, and that you both can continue to be positive role models for your generation and your followers. And I appreciate, John, you apologizing. Hopefully, again, I'm not telling you all what to do because I'm very mindful of your First Amendment rights. But I just would encourage you, if you hear that's happening to the other attorneys, that you think about what, if anything, you can say to your following to prevent this from happening. You both have two really amazing lawyers, and they're doing a great job for the both of you. And I'm very grateful because it makes my job a lot easier. I want to get this right. I really do. And this is a unique situation. And Night, Molly, whatever your name is. What are you doing? Sorry, grand dog. It does not say that in this court. In the records. And I want to do what's best for Winter, but I also want to do what's best for the both of you. So I appreciate that, and thank you for letting me know that, Mr. Bud or Miss Budnick. What else? Do I need to address anything else? John's attorney. I guess the only other is a reminder, just so everybody is clear, is Miss Olson can attend medical appointments for Winter. My client will give her notice via our Family Wizard, which is the app that they use to communicate. They shall not be streaming or broadcasted or posted about with respect to the details of those appointments, the judge. And that's as to both parties. So yes, John's attorney, yes, the judge. Anything else from you, Bree's attorney? No, I think that wraps it up, Judge. Okay, wonderful. Ms. Budnick, can I prevail upon you to prepare the orders after the hearing? Bree's attorney. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing. The court reporter, can you get the name for today? Or can we get the name for today? And possibly, do you know the name for September 17th? Because it was printed in the minute order that we did not have one. Wait, what? Because it was printed in the minute order that we did not have one for that first day of the restraining order trial, and there was one. So none of us have the transcript because nobody knows who was in there besides Taylor said she's blonde. These things are very difficult to read because a lot of it doesn't make sense, but again, the reporter types word for word. That's what I'm saying. There's no way, no way she got sister and assistant mixed up. John's attorney. Yeah, so my understanding, and myself and the respondent prior to counsel, Mr. Sands, both of us neglected to get the card that day, thinking we would just check the minute order and the name of the court report. Check for the name of the court reporter. The minute order contained an error that there was none. She was a blonde woman in her, I don't know, anywhere 30 to 50, and was a traveling court reporter, and that is all I remember about her. The judge. Okay, I'm very limited. Here's what I will do. Her and the assistants figured out. The court. My wonderful judicial assistant is checking. The second thing I would offer to do is if he's unable to, The second thing I would offer to do if he's unable to is reach out to the court reporter's office to see if they're able to give you that information. But first thing first, we're going to let our amazing court reporter tell you both her name and information. The court reporter. Can we wait till you're off the bench so we're completely done? The judge. Oh, why don't we wait until we're completely done? And then she indicated she'll give you her information. Perfect. The judge. Michael is looking through, assistants, they're going back and forth. I'm not going to give all the information of her name. Okay, Michael is going to look, so I will get off the bench. Ouch. And Michael will tell you about that court reporter, and our fabulous court reporter today will give you her information. Judicial assistance. It wasn't Jamie. No, all this is Diane's last name. The court. Oh, and then that's it. It's just them trying to figure out the court reporter. Yeah. So that is it. So I'm going to go back up and read for the people who were not here. Next court date is in July, and that's the evidentiary hearing, and then August 22nd starts the trial. I wish I would have known that it didn't go to 81 yesterday. Shit, I would have read it. So I'm going to go back through. I'm going to go up and I'm going to read a little bit from yesterday. That was quite interesting. They're not in here that I see. Let me see here. What is your opinion as a CPS worker on her whole? I'm not a CPS worker. I've never worked for a CPS. But I'll give my opinion on the whole visit situation. Again, she should have utilized her full time that was allotted. I know that she's going to utilize the excuse of the expense, but that kind of goes out the window with all of the videos that she talks about how much money she makes, how everyone else is a brokey. She literally went from that court date where she was told to do a minimum of 6 hours. She flew straight to Hawaii. I think for the whole month of May and June, for the most part, she went from state to state to state. I think she was in Miami. She was then in Texas for a while. I mean, obviously to visit winter, and then stayed for an extra week. And then she went to Hawaii. I thought you worked for them, and I'm a social worker, but not all social workers work for CPS. Social workers are absolutely everywhere. They do all sorts of different work. I missed last night, so I'm interested in whatever you read last night. Please upload this whole live. Yes, I will put everything up on YT. I'm trying to find this one section. She will lie and say she didn't pay for the trip. Right. She'll come up with whatever excuse. But regardless if she paid for it or not, she should have paid for the time for her child. Yeah, oh yeah, it's looking very good for 2K. I already knew it was looking really good for 2K. Then after reading this and stating that the judge said, come August, I want to give you overnights. But it's up to you. That's the part I'm looking for, is where the judge literally lays into them and says, this is up to you guys. What's going to happen in August? That's the final, right? August is the final hearing. Then it's up to you. What happens in this next 2 months? Forget everything that's happened in the past. What happens in these next 2 or 3 months so May to, 3 months. What happens in the next 3 months is going to be the outcome, right? Okay, so let me see here. Let me try to find that really fast. Give me just a second. Oh, this is all still talking about the dates. Okay. I clearly want Miss Olson to have, I clearly want Miss Olson to have the opportunity to have visitation with Winter. I'm sure that's difficult for her to have been away from him for as long as she has, so I obviously want to do that. But I'm sure your attorney will tell you this, Miss Olson, that if things go well in the next few months on both of your ends, it can only benefit you when the court has to make a more permanent order regarding your custody and visitation. There was also an indication, and to her credit, she said it in a public document, that she has some issues that she wants to work on, and she's seeking, some counseling, which I think is great. Mind you, she has not gone into counseling, has not gone to rehab, has not done any of the things that she told the court that she wanted to do and get done. She also made reference, I think I can't order it right now, I don't think, but I think it would be best for both of them to take some sort of parenting class, which she did end up doing, John took before. And the other thing, again, my sense is you both, good for you to be young and making money in the social media work. Kudos to you for making it work. I will just say what I say to every young person who comes before me, and when I'm in a training or a class or whatever. Social media is a permanent record. So everything you say and do about winter will have the ability 10, 15, and 20 years from now to go back and look at everything you've posted on social media about him and about each other. And not only will he be able to, but all of his friends and non-friends at school. So kids will be able to look at him or look him up, and when he's old enough to communicate and old enough to be on a playground, kids will come to him and say, "Hey, I saw that video of the police coming to your mom's house. I saw that video of your dad talking smack about your mother." I just want you both to think about that. I'm not making any kind of orders. I just want you both to think about that, because no one can really speak for Winter right now. And he doesn't have an opportunity to say what he wants and what he doesn't want. So I would just ask, I'm not telling you to compromise your livelihood. I'm not telling you not to chase what you do or change what you do. I am telling you, I used to be a criminal judge before I did this. And I signed search warrants for social media accounts all of the time, and information that people thought they were just posting for one day, and lo and behold, shows up in criminal court somewhere or in a public record somewhere. And what Ms. Vosnick is trying to do, and may successfully try to do, is get records of what you two both think might be more private media postings, and they may not be so private. So I tell everybody, I see don't ever put anything on social media or any text or something that you will regret seeing on the front page of the LA Times. Am I boring you, Miss Olson? Miss Olson. Miss Olson's non-responsive. Miss Olson, I just noticed you wasn't paying any attention to the court. This message is directed at you, ma'am. Again, I'm not making an order. I just want you all to think about Winter. And that's something I have to think about when it comes to the ultimate decision or the ultimate custody and visitation order as it relates to Winter. Which parent will keep Winter's best interest in mind? Which parent's actions are most directed toward the best interest of Winter? So that's what I'm telling you. And my sense is, if you post anything publicly, the other side's attorney is going to find it. They're going to produce it at the next court hearing. So that's my public service announcement this afternoon. So let's do this. Let's find an intervening date in either June or July. This kind of goes back and forth about the court dates, so we don't need to read all that. The court. Okay, so let's do this. We can do the 22nd, the 25th, and 26th of August for the trial. I will reserve bumping. Okay, we don't need to read all that. Let me see where it goes back on the record. Hold on, guys. See where it goes back on the record. Boop, 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 boop. This is just 2 pages, them arguing over what dates. Okay, we're back on the record. We're going to set this for July 24th at 8:30 in the morning for trial setting conference. So here's what I want. I want the parties to make sure you guys are all good. We're all good in the hood over here. Okay, so let me make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on reading here then. Okay, we're back on the record. We're going to set this for July 24th at 8:30 in the morning for the trial setting conference. So here's what I want. I want the parties to brief the various First Amendment issues just in terms of what each one of you think are appropriate. The legally permissible parameters of any kind of order regarding social media postings, comments, etc. So she's asking for them to bring all of that. I think I'm good. Just make sure you keep tapping, send your daily heart music if you haven't. You don't have to send gifts, but if you like to, please do so. If I get a warning and it gets cut off, we'll go to my backup channel. My backup channel is in my bio. If that doesn't work, we can go to YT, but we'll go to my backup channel just in case. Just typically it won't cut it off if there's action going there. Okay. And also, I think you obviously want to address what kind of, my sense is you will both meet and concur prior to the date regarding the various evidence you seek to introduce. And what you can resolve is great. And then what you can't resolve, my sense is the court will also make evidentiary rulings at that date. So I'm going to order the parties to meet and confer regarding evidence and evidentiary objections, as well as the scope of the trial and the order prior to the 24th. We'll go from there. Ms. Budnick, which is John's attorney, can you give us a date for my own calendaring? It's helpful to have a deadline, which we should. A joint statement. The court, when are you gone? The week. Okay, this is again just them battling back and forth on dates. That's a joint statement. Everything okay? All right, keep going. We're back on the record. Okay. Okay, the supervised visitation to occur at a professionally monitored supervised visitation center. I checked the box. I did not intend to imply that the visitation with Winter had to occur at a professional center. I intended for the visitation to occur with a professional monitor. I believe Ms. Fosnick made multiple efforts to try and find professional monitors in Texas who were retired, who were off-duty law enforcement. To me, that makes much sense. That's the whole concern. I think the concern is that Ms. Olson will, I'm not saying I agree. I'm not saying I disagree. But I think the concern, at least for John's part, is that Ms. Olson will take the child back with her to California, or alternatively, will not return the child. I'm not saying I believe that. I'm not saying I don't believe that. But in order to address those concerns, I think having a professional monitor should alleviate that. Let me hear from you, Ms. Bodnick, on that. Ms. Bodnick, John's attorney. With regards to the selection of a monitor, my client was given permission to select the monitor. He did not insist on selecting the monitor. We ultimately ended up agreeing to use one of the monitors that Ms. Olson proposed, which is the monitoring agency that has the off-duty police officers serving as monitors, because really after researching and looking into it, and we kind of were at this impasse about Brianna not wanting to use any of the monitors my client proposed. And so the court is aware. I just pulled a list from the Attorney General's website in Texas, and they had facilities, but my understanding was they were not requiring to be held at the facility. I just thought that as an added safety precaution, and if we can have an agreement that it be at a facility, why not? We ended up agreeing to the monitor that was on Miss Olson's list because I spoke with the owner of the agency. He sounded very competent. He is a sheriff in a family law courtroom in Texas. He's an off-duty police officer. Great. Like, we felt very, very confident with him. Miss Olson has had 2 visits. The judge, good. John's attorney. Yeah, the first, she had a visit on the 25th, the day before Winter's birthday. She had a visit on the 26th with Winter for his first birthday. Those visits did occur at the monitoring facility. My client just wanted to start there just because we picked the monitoring facility, the monitor she went with. We wanted to make sure that they were, trustworthy, frankly. The visits went well in terms of no violations. The monitoring agency they're very responsive to us. He communicates with me and Ms. Fusnick as things came up. We have no issues with visitations happening outside of the facility moving forward. And my client, I'm speaking for him, the concerns that we have with respect to the visits, and just so the court is aware, my client has provided a proposal for visits through the end of July. That would allow Miss Olson Winter's birthday, Mother's Day, and a week period of visitation per month, which is what she was having with Winter under the prior agreement before the monitor was put into place. So it affords her a week in May, including her birthday, a full week in June, and a full week in July. The initial proposal was for May 11th, Mother's Day only. He had gotten just a vague request for extra time around Mother's Day. I let Ms. Fosnick know my client was open to that. Thank you, love. Let me see, where's it? Extended time. They let him know that he had no problem with that. Frankly, with her exercising the extended time. If she wants to pay for 10 hours of visitation on any of these days, that he's fine with it. The issue and concern, I guess, that he has at this point, and this schedule specifically, the dates he proposed were set forth in his declaration filed on April 22nd. The court. Let me get there. Hold on a second. Okay, let me get there. Okay, this is just them fighting about getting there. The only bold thing on page 8, it says, okay, hold on. I may be wrong, maybe hold on. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yes, got it. Okay. So you said specifically petitioner, that's Mr. Giese, was proposing 4 hours per day on April 26th. It sounds like that already happened, which is great. May 11th, Mother's Day, anyways, it lists out all the dates. I don't like to do that. Well, let me ask Ms. Fusnick, have you had an opportunity to see this proposal? Ms. Fusnick, which is Breed's attorney. Yes, and we included the same dates except for we added all of Mother's Day weekend because, as counsel just said, they had only given her Mother's Day on Sunday, the actual day of. So we included the same day with the additional day in our 2 declarations, the ex parte and then the supplemental. We just didn't tack on the dates for July because we were hoping to be back before July, but we have, yes, seen the July dates. But the issue here is, like the court said, the court was never right. The court was never for it to be in a center. We went around and around in circles many times. Her attorney just goes on and on about something that's done, already passed and over with. The court. Sorry, I will let you respond, but it's really hard with a court reporter and Zoom. So let me Miss Fosnick finish, and then you can respond to anything you said. Thank you, Judge. Go ahead. Bree's attorney, thank you. And when I brought up keeping the peace agency, okay, I'm not going to read all this because, again, that something's already passed. She's just talking about how they wanted to go with the keeping the peace, etc., etc. Dad says he's fine with it. She's still going up. All of this from here, all of this is her rambling about why they wanted to choose keeping the peace. They've already been using the keeping the peace at this point for months. We said the monitor would be at the facility. Oh, and then this is yes, all is well. Okay, let me see. And then to the kind of issue of control, like the court mentioned in the beginning, that Winter had a doctor's appointment. Winter had a doctor's appointment right after my client's visit last week. He had his 1-year-old checkup. It goes on to explain what his other video or his appointment was and what procedures he had. I'm not reading that. I'm not putting that out there. So we asked counsel repetitively before the weekend came up, can your client agree to additional visitation? My client would like to extend her trip to not just be over the weekend, but into the week so she can be at Winter's appointments. And we said the monitor would be at the facility. To Dad's discretion, the monitor could stand out in the waiting room or outside of the exam room, in the facility hallway. Dad's response was no, that mom doesn't get to attend these appointments in person, but she can do FaceTime if she wants. And I'm going to agree to more visitation before mom exercises these visits. So again, it's the need for strict logistical orders in the case like this, because we've tried to do our due diligence. We've tried to meet and confer. And we have been meeting and conferring almost every single day on this topic. And I know they have access to the same reports. The owners made them available to all of us within 48 hours of Brianna's last visit. So they've seen the same reports I've seen, but yet we're still in the same place as we were a week ago. So that's why we're asking for more strict orders. I wish it wasn't this way, but if it's left in Dad's hands, my client is not going to get to attend doctor's appointments. So she's not going to get additional time. So we'd rather just leave it up to the court at this time. This is the judge. Okay. You can respond to all of that, Ms. Budnick, but it's not necessary. It's go ahead if you want. John's attorney says, I think I need to just correct some of the narrative. As I started saying, my client had no issue now with the visits occur. Oh shit! I always do that. Freaking backed out again. My fat fingers. this is it. Oh, no, okay, I'm past that. That's where she asked her if she was boring her. Well, shadoobies, I lost where I was at, guys. 100,000 likes, you guys are amazing. Wait, she wants to get rid of her attorney? I really want to read this part about the doctor's office, though. Let's get to custody and visitation until August. Oh, it's got to be up here then. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Oh, it is past here. Okay, hold on. Date. Yeah, the visits. She had a visit on the 25th, 26th. Well, I don't know where I was, but I'm gonna start from here. Oh, this is where it was. Okay. With regards to the selection of the monitor, my client was given permission to select the monitor. He did inside a oh, no, I read that. I just thought that it was an added precaution if we have agreement to the facility. No, I did do that. Hold on, sorry. Okay, we're just gonna start here. Okay, the initial proposal was for, no, I did do that. And the issue and concern, I guess we have this point, and that this schedule specifically, the dates we proposed were set forth in declaration. Let me get this, hold on a second. Okay, we did all that. No, hold on, thank you, sorry, I will let you respond. But it's really hard with a court reporter. Okay, here we go. Now I just got to get to her response. Okay, here we go. Here's John's response. Apologize, guys. I'm on 43. I think I just need to correct some of the narrative as I started saying my client has no issue now with the visitations occurring outside of a facility. He has not had the issue, frankly, since the visits occurred at the facility. I have talked to the council and we were given the dates. Okay. I haven't gotten a proposal for actual days and times from council other than my proposal, the proposal my client provided, which she now says she agrees to. Likewise, she told me that that respondent had messaged my client asking for time after Winter's birthday on our family wizard. She did not. I had asked counsel, so she's saying that I think she even said she asked John for more time on the birthday. She didn't. There's nothing on the family wizard app that says that she had asked for more time. Let me see. I had asked counsel what days and times does she want this week. She didn't respond with dates and times. And my understanding was her client had since gone back to Los Angeles. My client's concern with allowing visits to occur at Winter's medical appointments is very narrow. And that is that the respondent live streams everything she does and she will talk. She has gone on her social media telling her social media followers the dates and times and details of Winter's upcoming medical procedures. Again, I'm not going to go into that. Which is true, she did. And so the concern that we have which is resolved with the monitor, is that there is a very strict no phone usage, no recording, no live streaming rule that the monitor follows. If respondent is allowed to go into the doctor's office without the monitor, because again, Winter has a right to medical privacy to not have a monitor there. He's one. To interfere with a doctor's appointment, not going to read that. To just have his parents there and have it be peaceful and calm for Winter is in Winter's best interest. And the concern is that respondent will enter the waiting room or the pediatrician's office and live stream the appointment. So to the extent that the court, this is a judge, I can resolve that very quickly. Yes, the court. Miss Olson, okay, couple of things. And same to you, Mr. Giese. And I've told over and over again, I will repeat what I said earlier. Winter has no decision-making authority. And Miss Olson, every time I talk, you kind of look otherwise, and I need to ensure that you are hearing what I'm saying. I'm doing this. I'm really trying to give you more time with Winter. And I understand you're young, and I understand you got a lot going on, but I need you to hear what I'm saying, okay? Bree, yeah, I'm listening. I'm just in public. There's a few people walking around. My bad, but you have my attention. Drives me insane. Am I doing? Yeah, I'm going back over. We finished up the rest of it, which there wasn't much left. So I'm kind of doing a recap for the people who weren't here yesterday. Honey, a mess, I tell you. But you have my full attention, the judge. Okay, great. I appreciate that. Winter does not have a say in whether all of the details of his life get broadcasted to millions of followers. I would like you to be able to go to Winter's appointments. You are his mother. It hurts my heart to know that you were not able to or haven't been able to go to his appointments. However, I will say this, and if I get appealed on this, I get appealed on this. I'm willing to stick my neck out. I'm going to make an order, and I believe it is in the best interest of Winter in making this order so that that this is the basis upon which I'm making the order. That neither of you is to live stream or post or otherwise record any medical, dental, or other procedures as it relates to Winter. First of all, my sense is if the doctor's office knows that you're recording, they will kick you out because there is a bunch of other people in that doctor's office who do not want to be filmed and do not want to be recorded. I think sometimes in the land of social media, everybody is recording. They go to gyms and they go to otherwise. Well, everybody else is in that room didn't ask or consent to be recorded. So I want you to go to Winter's doctor's appointments. And my sense is Mr. Giese and his attorney and his followers will know and will report to his attorney, who will then report to me if you are live streaming, videoing, or otherwise recording any of Winter's medical precautions. He did not ask for that. And to that extent, you make your living in social media in, portraying Winter's life. My sense is there are many other opportunities to do that don't involve a doctor's office. So I understand your concern, Ms. Budnick, and I I'm giving Miss Olson. That's why I wanted to make sure she was hearing me and she understood me. I wanted to give her the opportunity to participate in Winter's proceedings. And I want both of you. Again, you're young, but you got it. And Winter is young. So you have at least 17 years of being in each other's lives as Winter's parents. You got to figure out a way to communicate, and I'm not saying get along. You don't have to get along, but to communicate respectfully for Winter's benefits. So I'm not going to prevent Miss Olson because she currently there's no stay away order as Miss Ev recognized. I have not ordered her to stay away from Mr. Giese. I have not ordered her to stay away from Winter. So she has the right to go to any of his medical appointments, and I will order Miss Giese to. And are the communications through Talking Parents? Yes, they're through our Family Wizards. Okay, got it. So I would ask that he notify Miss Olson of any doctors or dentist appointments. Not going into that. It lists his medical procedures. I'm not talking about that. So, okay, I'm not talking about that. If she wants to attend, she absolutely can. However, Miss Olson, if I find out that either party is live streaming those appointments or otherwise broadcasting them, that may impact the court's decision as to custody and visitation to either parent. Mr. Giese has his hands up. I don't know if you want to address the court or not. Ms. Budnick, I don't know exactly where he was going, but I think we understand that it would apply both ways. I think just so the court is clear, he has not live streamed or broadcasted anything related to Winter's privacy or medical conditions. He has already given all the details to Miss Olson. He will continue to do so. The judge says good. And just so the court is aware, when she had the opportunity to show up prior to monitored visitation order taking effect, she hasn't done so. She also hasn't called in to FaceTime appointments. So I think this order is fine. I will speak for my client. They'll cooperate. They'll work together during the appointments. Make it peaceful and calm for Winter. And we will certainly bring it to the court's attention if there are any issues at those appointments. Court, wonderful. And then Bree's attorney comes in. This will be the last thing I'll read and we'll move on. So Bree's attorney says, and just to correct something that counsel said that was completely untrue, because I know that we have a record. My client never broadcasted the doctor's information, the facility information, the date or time of Winter surgery. She did. She is absolutely the one that came on and told everybody what type of procedure he was having. And the date. I find it crazy though that the judge, I've never heard a judge say this before, that the judge actually said, I'm putting this out there. I'm telling you, I do not want any of this put out there, no information put out there in regards to Winter, blah, 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 what, right? And I fully believe that if that happens, that your supporters, whatever, will get that information to you, to get to your attorney, to get to me, and it 100% will affect the outcome of the parenting. And look at all that she's done since this date. This is from May 2nd. So May 2nd on, right? Look what she's done. The judge requested a minimum of 6-hour visitation. She went from 4 to 2 hours. Missed days. Since then, she has continued to bash John on the internet. She makes disparaging claims, posts all the time. she goes on all of these different vacations, shopping trips, etc., has gotten sloshed many times online. After hearing anything, forget everything you've done backwards, right? We're going from May 2nd till August 22nd. You have a fresh start. Okay? You have a fresh start. Anything that happens between May 2nd and August 22nd when we go to trial, that's the information we're going to use, in a sense, right? We're going to use that. And she just said, let me turn it up a few notches to make sure that I lose any type of custody. Let me make sure there's nothing in here great that I missed. For the most part, it's just a bunch of kind of going back and forth about I don't know if it's because her attorney only has so much information, and so her attorney's fight the entire time is just about the visitation center, which they chose the visitation center that they chose. So just going back, let me see. And well, I think this Bednick had indicated the rejection plan. Let me see if there's anything else in here that I'm missing. Yeah, I think that's all. Leah, I know that cracked me, just blew my mind when she said that. She's like, oh, no, I want to change the visitation center. What? Why? What is the purpose, the reason for that? How did it end? It really just ended with, let me read the very end real fast. I did that at the beginning. So the very last, hold on, let me put these dogs out real fast. You guys want to go outside? Hold on. Come on, you go outside. Make sure we get inches. All right, sorry. I put the grand dogs out. So basically it just ends with, let me read the last thing that the judge says here. The judge is very good at stating, we're in new charted territory, and I grasp that you guys have First Amendment rights, but I'm going to put my neck on the line. If I get appealed, I get appealed, but I'm going to protect Winter. So she talks about they have great lawyers. She thinks everything will come out. What else do I need to address? I guess this is John's attorney. I guess the only other thing is just a reminder, just so everybody is clear. Ms. Olsen can attend medical appointments for Winter. My client will give the medical information to Family Wizard. She's not to stream it. Absolutely. Goes for both people. Anything else? Nope, I think that wraps it up. Okay, great. Yeah, and then that's all. That's all. And so they go to court in July. They'll go to court in July to bring all of their evidence. And then in August is when they will have their 4-day trial. Now, with all of this being said, with how the judge worded it is pretty much, like I said, we're going to forget everything else and we're going to go from here on. Yeah, I saw that she lost her TikTok account. That probably is the best thing that could have ever happened to her, even though I see she's already. Do you hear my son-in-law? He is killing it. But she's already started a new one. She has other accounts, but I wish she would have just left it because that could have potentially helped her. That could have potentially helped. He's playing some game, honey. I don't know. That could have potentially helped because the judge says everything that happens online is going to affect who gets custody, not who gets rights, not who gets visitation, who's going to get custody and how much time you're going to see them. Well, we all know John doesn't go on and discuss Winter. He doesn't discuss where he's going, what appointments he has, and where. Did you guys see how mad and upset, shocked, hurt, scared? I don't know what. He had every emotion when somebody came on his live stream and said the exact surgery and date that baby W was having. He was like, wait, what? How do you know that? Why do you know that? He tried to play it off like, no, he doesn't. Like, what are you talking about? And people kept saying it. And he's like, what? And sure enough, she had spilled the beans. She had put it out there. Oh, he was so pissed. I was pissed. Listen, I don't even know the child. I don't know Bree or 2K. And all of it was listed in these court documents, and I won't read it. I won't even post it out of respect for the child. It's so crazy. I don't know. The thing is nuts. Again, I have said this from the beginning. Bree is what I call a perma victim. She is always going to try to be the victim in every situation and scenario. Yeah, we did it earlier. There actually wasn't a whole lot left. I thought it, because it says there was like 88 pages. I didn't know it actually stopped at like 62, and we were at 55. So nothing else really happened except for the judge just reminding people of what the dates are and that everything that happens between May 2nd and August 22nd is really basically going to determine who's going to get custody and visitation of the kids. So basically keep it cute and keep the shit off social media. And she went right to social media. They were on live during the court date. How mad do you think the judge is going to be the whole time when she's like, Miss Olson, are you paying attention? Miss Olson, who just got in your car? Miss Olson, what are you doing? All of those times. How mad do you think she's going to be when she finds out they were live streaming the court? They have it all recorded. That was her boyfriend, not her sister, not her assistant, whatever, getting in the car. That they were headed to Hawaii after. So she lied under oath because they were both sworn under oath. So she lied to the judge under oath multiple times. How they know it was recorded? Well, they live streamed it. And the judge says in here, any information that goes out that is recorded in regards to Winter, the court, whatever, send it to John. John will send it to the attorney, and the attorney will send it to her. The judge says, I want it all. And that is going to determine what's going to happen. Under oaths. So, yeah. Yeah, literally, it's a quick boom. Yes, May 2nd was a Zoom hearing, but you guys remember that's the date that she kept saying that she was, it was going to be rescheduled. They were at the In-N-Out Burger. Travis was outside, was recording. This time, Christina, I don't know, this time she just may. But you know what? Again, I don't think she'll be mad about it. I don't think she's going to be mad about losing any time with him. I think they'll keep it at supervised visitation. I think slowly but surely she's going to stop doing the supervised visitation because the amount of money it spends, it takes away from the amount of money she gets to spend, I guess, on her travel and her vacations. She said even this time, just the other day, she put online, she was like, it's so crazy. Or I can't remember exactly how she said it, but she said, I've kind of just got used to not having him. I've just kind of got used to not parenting. So I'm exhausted after the 2 hours. I'm used to him not being around. Right. Exactly, Sonia. And to me, that's crazy work. Your child is 1, and you're just used to him just not being around. How fast do you get the transcript? When will? It all just depends on the court, how fast they get it up. I'll know the outcome of the court before I'll have transcript. Transcript takes a while. That's why these just came out. Did you see where someone posted oopsie, where'd it go? Post the option John gave her, which he went, yeah. She's not interested. What happens when you can't talk about her no more? You're a social worker. Why would I not be able to talk about her? Can you answer that for me? What does my career have to do with who I talk about online, who puts all of their information out online? And do you think Bree's the only person that I talk about? We do a whole bunch of stuff over here. She has been given a lot of chances and she just keeps messing up. Do you think John is, if John gets custody full time, her popularity will stop? No, I don't, because I really think a lot of her popularity is around Winter, because she really never has them. Yeah, respectfully. Right, and we over here, we talk about everything. So social workers can't talk about those struggling. Weird. I know, isn't that the craziest thing? It blows my mind. I get that so much, right? Of you can't talk about people because you're a social worker. We lose our First Amendment right. But what's crazy is, look, you have judges, attorneys, police officers, thank you, love, nurses, everybody comes onto social media and talks about stuff. Now, if she was my client, absolutely, then I would be in the wrong, but I'm not. Right, I can't talk about my cases, thank you, love, but again, and I utilize my whole thought process when I started doing this, right, was we have people that are in situations that probably a lot of other people are in. They choose to put all of their information out online. Why would I not utilize that to try to help somebody else? Right? Hold on, let me let the dogs in. I forgot about them. Oh my gosh, I'm a busy grandma. Jesus. Come on, Nala, Maya. Come here, guys. Are you good, Maya? Nala. Sister got to get stuck out there. I'm not going to keep one out there to let her in. Nala, vente aquí. Ah, no, stay. Go. What? In. Go on, Megan. Okay. Sorry. I wonder, I do really wonder if people go into like judges, attorneys, police officers, I wonder if they go into their lives as much as they do mine and ask them that. Now, when AA Law Talk comes in, mind you, we love AA Law Talk. Nobody says to her, and she's a practicing attorney in California, nobody says to her, oh my gosh, you can't say anything, you can't say anything, you can't say anything. Don't get in trouble. Nobody says that to her. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Kills me. Someone's saying we don't have integrity because we talk about this. Well, then I won't have integrity. But guess what we do have over here is us SOC gang members. Us talking about what, mind you, I'm not digging for this information. She puts this information out online, right? She puts it out there. Just like a bunch of other people that we've talked about. Gabby Jacobson, she throws all the information out there. Boom, throws it out like diarrhea, right? Then we talk about it. Other people that are who are going through similar situations, they then utilize the information that we give them, and it helps them. Angie, I moved into your own place already. Oh no, so my daughter has a big property, and there's several places on it, so I have my own house at her property. Right, Angie said, I'm an RN and still talk, right? Like, I just don't grasp why they think social workers cannot speak. And they also assume, of course you can ask a question. They always assume that because you're a social worker for CPS. No. They assume a lot of shit about me. Right, exactly. It's so funny how and I tell people too, people who work in certain please don't lick my toes. I did not consent to that. I would like to file charges. Damn dog. Anyways, people who see a lot of really rough stuff, right? Social workers, doctors, nurses, paramedics, firefighters, morticians. I can go on and on and on. She just coming up licking my toes. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, we seem to have more of a dark sense of humor anyways, because that's what gets us through some of those tough situations. You can only see so much stuff, so much, either it's going to break you or you find a way to make really inappropriate jokes and ways to toughen your skin and get through. You know what I'm saying? Literally, only way to cope. And some people may find it completely unacceptable and unprofessional and all of that good stuff. But until you've walked in our shoes, listen, first time you see an unalive baby, don't come at me and tell me about an inappropriate thing that haunts you. Right, yeah, so I'll go the dark humor route. I'm not going the substance route. But it's true. It's very, very true. A lot of times, people in the military, too. A lot of times, they fall for that. And, yeah, it just blows my mind. Please read my comment. Read you. I take it you put one before. Hold on. Let me see. They're going fast. Sorry, guys. Comments. People pay to hear their comment read out loud and see your reaction. That's crazy. That is legitimately crazy that people pay just to have. I wonder how much Dusty pays just for her to say your name. I'm telling you, listen, when I first started and I heard the first really inappropriate, I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe you just said that. I was really shocked. After a few years in, I don't know, you just, and CPS gave me the baby and gave him back to the parents and 3 years probation. How does that work? Oy, Teresa, I have no idea. CPS needs to be dismantled and redone. Not under this administration, but eventually it needs to. And I think one of the things with CPS, if I had any advice, right? Oh, howdy, cowboy. Right. Thank you, Abby. I so appreciate you, love. The one piece of advice I think that needs to happen for CPS, right, is it needs to be a countrywide system. CPS is ran differently in each and every state, meaning if you live in Texas, right, and you have a really bad CPS case and say they're getting ready to take your kids or you're just on a visitation and you grab your kids and you skedoodle and you end up in Florida, They have no clue. Florida has no idea that you have an open case in Texas. Okay? So now Florida happens, and they take their kid to the doctor because they got a broken bone. Oh, and they fell at the playground and hurt their arm. It's like, okay, well, we'll put just the little note in, right? So boom, they take their kids, and now they're, I don't know, in Kentucky. Okay? Boom, same thing. The states do not connect. Had Florida known that Texas already had a bad case on them, that would have been an immediate removal, right? But they don't, because nobody knows. So you can travel from state to state to state until guess what happens? We're looking for the child. And now we can't find the child because the child is either in a pile somewhere, and somewhere in the it's terrible. It needs to be, every single state needs to be connected, and it's not. Yeah, you can have it in all 50 states. Shit, they'll never know. They'll never know you're connected. Now, if you happen to get a smart social worker who actually wants to do the work and research, they'll be like, where'd you just move from? Did you have any CPS interaction there? So you lived in Texas for the last 8 years, and your child's 9 years old? Okay. Where'd you live before then? Oregon? Okay. Did you have any CPS interaction then? No? Okay. So, but the 8 years you lived in Texas, no CPS interaction, everything's good? Okay. Finish up, boom. I'm calling Texas. Hey, I have a family that's in here. They lived there for 8 years. Do they have any? Oh, they do? Okay. And then I'm calling Oregon. Hey, but look how much work that takes you. That takes a lot of work. You got to find the correct numbers. You got to do all that. Anyways, that's what I would do. But a lot of people aren't going to do that because it takes too much time. I've had enough unalived children. I don't want another one. I told CPS so much when I was little, and they didn't listen to me. No. Yeah, it's literally, I say all the time, you have good employees in every, right? No, it doesn't matter what career you have. There's good and there's bad employees, right? So you have good social workers and you have bad social workers. You have social workers like me who it's not about money, because social workers don't make a great deal of money. No, I make a decent living. But I'm not rich. I'm not leaving my kids millions, etc., right? But I get paid the same as what my neighbor would get paid, my work neighbor, right? The next cubicle over would get paid, where they would just be like, okay, come in, do that. Okay, boom. They're in and out in 5 minutes, where I'm investigating, I'm digging, I'm writing up full reports, etc., right? So I may take an hour and a half to 2 hours with my client. They take 10 minutes with their client, and my whole client is going to take me approximately 7 to 8 hours after I do all the notes, reporting, all of that stuff. And his was 15 minutes. We each only had to see one client, but I spent my entire day stressing over this. We got paid the same amount. So it's about how much work do you want to do for the money, right? Where to me, it wasn't about the money, it was about the children. It was about the people that I was helping. It was about the people that I was serving. Isn't Bree banned from the Rainforest Cafe? I don't know. Ouch. I don't know if she's banned for life. I know that they were banned for kicked out of there. One bear. They didn't delay when she hired this attorney in this case. Would have been delayed. Right. Hey, Chastity, I'm good. I am actually feeling a little under the weather. My throat hurts, my eyes are watering, my nose is stuffy, my back is hurting. Do you think if she fires her lawyer and gets a new one, no. This judge is not playing that game. Angie, do you think if she, I just read that. No, yeah, it will not be extended. That will be 100% her, and there's zero reason to fire her. Doesn't she have warrants in Corpus? I heard that she did, but I don't think that they're like extradited. I think they're like minimalistic warrants. Typically, if you have a minor misdemeanor warrant, they're not stressing you about that. Oh, honey, you missed it all. We're almost done. But I am going to break my iPad. I am going to upload it and put it on the YT. So make sure you guys follow me here. Make sure you guys follow me on YT.
Allegedly speaking.
Listen, shut up. My YT is the same as here, Angie W1470. Let me see if this one is uploaded yet. It takes forever. Wait, what? Oh, I have to do it on my phone. So, sorry, did it? No, he was a doctor. All right, any other questions? Because I want to get these uploaded. Any comment on the retainer shoes? I heard, now I don't know if it's true or not. I heard that she ended up paying it. She ended up doing a live. She did a sub only live, and she charged $8.99 to be a sub. $8.99. To be a sub. She had 1.5 thousand people in there, and then she paid her attorney's fees. Now, I'm not saying she used that money for that. I'm just saying. $8.99, and the clips that I got, constantly people were every second. As soon as one sub went away, another sub was popping up. No. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Stuff has been going around. And then, right, and then the account got it. Oh, I wonder what happens with that. Wait, does she get... Oh. I wonder why her account got bananaed. I mean, it should have been a long time ago. But I don't think she'll hit 2.4 million again. And I definitely don't think she'll get a blue check mark again. Oh, so she won't get the funds if your account got bananaed. Oh, that's hilarious. I miss you guys too. Oh, because she doxed Kaylee? Oh, perfect. As she should. As she should. People have got to stop doxing people. I don't know why people think it is funny to dox people. There is absolutely nothing funny about doxing anybody. Nothing. Now, when people dox me, I had all of their information of who doxed me. All of it. I could have done the same thing. I chose not to. I chose to take the higher road, so keep my name out your mouth. But yeah, I just don't. What do you grasp from doing that? You know what I'm saying? There's absolutely nothing that you grasp from doxing somebody. What does that mean? Doxing means that you release all of their information. So they did a search on me or whatever. They released all of my information, where I work. They released pictures of my father who is deceased, my parents' names, everything. Absolutely everything. It's disgusting. And there's no reason behind it. All of my work information, trying to have people call to get me fired. My bosses were like, shut up. So yeah, just absolutely crazy. Crazy. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to head off. I am not feeling the best, and I need to go and call Chiquita. So I'm going to go hop in the shower, go give her a call. We will be live tomorrow. So thank you guys all for joining and hanging out and listening. I will get this all loaded up and put onto the YT as well. Thank you, love. You guys have a good night. Love you. Bye.